So Billy's got 2 locations, so we're going to talk about both of those, and we're going to talk about the things that he has going on. Federal Hill Pizza has become a destination, and Billy has been a good friend and someone I've known for a long time. So the stuff that he has, the product that he has is very, very cool. And he's got some classes that I kind of want to go over and talk about that are coming up, especially with Mother's Day. Last week we were talking about all the great gift ideas that are out there, so I want to make sure that I can kind of get Billy to talk about some of those. And then before he walks in, I want to give another sidelight. He's already walking in. Look at this. It's your fault.
Listen, you called for a delivery like a half an hour ago.
We'll make up with wine.
Let me have one of those. Let me have one of those.
What is this?
This is Muti Corporation. Muti, think Muti. Great company.
I told you he was shy.
Imported. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
What's your name? Hurry up.
Liz Pastrito.
She's representing Muti. Okay,
Liz,
go back.
thanks for
I got to
coming
talk
in.
about your tomato.
Look at this. This
okay,
is
we'll
cool.
just keep that on the side. It's a
Yeah,
great
I like
product.
that. That's awesome.
Freshly brought into the United
Bring
States.
this pizza
It's really
up a
good.
little bit.
What do you
So
want to do? You
I'm
want
going to
to
move this up a little bit just so I can put this behind you.
Here, go like that.
All right, got it.
You cool?
We're good. All right. So as I mentioned, Billy's kind of shy, so we take it easy on him. Taylor, we need a wine key because I might need this while
Taylor, we need a wine key.
Billy's going to be doing all the talking, so I have a feeling I'm going to need to have a drink.
So how you doing?
Good, bud. Nice
Good,
to
pal.
see you.
You too.
I miss you.
Yeah.
So
you too.
it's never a dull moment. All right, I got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you want to
What's
eat that
this?
or should we show it?
What is this?
Okay.
You got more?
Yeah, I brought it around. Owner's
Oh my
favorite.
God,
Yeah,
I
throw
love
over
it. Yeah, put it up there.
Yeah, go like this. Throw this one
That's
on top
awesome.
of this. Put this one over
Here, I'll hold this one because I want to see it. All right, so let's do this first.
Go ahead.
Tell us what you brought. What did you
I
get?
feel like eating. I'm hungry.
I know, me too.
And I
Now
didn't
that you
cut
brought
the damn
this,
stuff.
that's all right. I can
Okay,
bite
yeah,
into
go
it.
like that.
That's all right. Well, tell me what these are because you got
Okay,
some.
so we got an owner's favorite. We have an owner's favorite.
An owner's favorite.
Now listen. It's really simple. What makes this? You ready?
Yeah. Get out of here.
Okay. No grease.
No wonder
none
you
of
didn't
that.
cut it.
And then it goes back. So listen. Let's get on it right away, and I'll save you the long wind. The reason why my product, and a lot of people from your show, from what you've done,
Yeah.
a lot of people have reached out to me. What makes it different?
That's what we want to know.
First of all, it's Neapolitan, but not classic Neapolitan. I run my temperature a tad cooler,
Okay.
850. I run around the high 7s, okay?
Yeah.
So for the geeks out there, I've got 2 Gianni and Cunto ovens, as you know, within my
Oh yeah.
location.
Yep, they're awesome.
But from my understanding, and this is what you were asking me about, and I figured I'd just bring it up,
No, absolutely.
is that due to my naivete, 8 years ago I started mixing different flours. And it wasn't really out there where people within the Neapolitan scene in the United States, you better pour me some of
Of
that,
course I'm pouring some.
didn't really mix flours. So,
But wait,
I
wait,
can't drink it until you get yours.
So
hurry
let me ask you this
Make it
though.
fast.
Why do they not mix flours?
You know, I don't want to consider what I do an artisan pizza maker, but I think any master, cheers.
Salute.
So I think anybody within our industry, like Seven Stars Bakery
Right.
and Olga's and some of the local amazing bakeries in our state, which we are spoiled, very spoiled with bread in this.
Extremely, I agree
we
with you.
we are brats here.
Oh my God, this is delicious.
Yeah, it is. So I ended up deciding to take on the quote artisan feeling. So
Okay.
I blend my own flours. So I normally have, as most people know, in my location when they pop in, 15 different flours.
Yeah, and you got bags all over the place.
Bags all over the place. And I enjoy the chemistry of it. And I think I'm pretty much maybe, not to my doing, but I think I was like probably, as you had mentioned to me, probably one of the first guys in the country to do it. And it's really paid off because I enjoy what I do.
So let me segue into something from that.
Go ahead, and I'm going to have a drink.
And you can have a drink. So that and you being creative,
Mm-hmm.
and this is kind of what we talked about, and it is a sight to see. When you go in there, you feel like you're walking into an authentic pizza making kitchen. Everything's open, and I'm going to let Billy kind of describe the Providence location a little bit more. But segue into this from the perspective of you teaching. Now you do your own Facebook Live videos. You've got classes and stuff that's out there. So talk to me about the classes, because from my perspective, in the geeks, and not necessarily call everybody geeks on this, but learning the nuances of how you do these things is incredibly valuable. Not only that, but fun.
Well, it's funny, Rick, because if we, in Rhode Island, again, we have an amazing amount of restaurants. So I chalk it up this way. If you want to go out and have a steak with your family, everybody says, we're going to go to this steakhouse because it's the, quote, the best one that we enjoy.
Right.
But we eat more pizza than somebody goes out and maybe blows a couple of $100 on a steakhouse.
Right.
So why don't most Americans take more value in the pizza they eat? They eat it more.
I'm all
so
for it.
why eat crappy pizza based on your interpretation of what that is?
Right.
And have a better product and have a better experience. So what we did was, because I grew up in the Mount Pleasant area and the Castle Cinema and some of the particular individuals, friends of mine, childhood friends that we grew up on, we started Chefs Feeding Kids. I felt that within the culinary industry, it would be great to have talent to feed kids. So we opened up a school, 501c3, at the castle, and it's an actual legal education facility where we teach classes. We have Johnson & Wales students coming in.
That's
we
awesome.
have professors coming in teaching classes on bagels. The last one we did was bagels. We're using 00 flour. As a matter of fact, Melina Piscina and Caputo donated flour. The Italian flour companies are getting involved now. Muti Tomatoes getting involved. Gilbani Cheese is getting involved.
So you're getting all these people to come in and support the initiative.
They're supporting the initiative, but I did not know this, but somebody from the governor's office, we had a fun time with the governor about a month and a half ago. Hon, that was about a month and a half ago, right?
She's like, yep.
She goes, yep. So they said, how did you get all these major world food manufacturers? Oh my God, they're coming to Rhode Island. I'm like, yeah, because they're learning the importance of and seeing the culinary industry we have here in Johnson & Wales and the value in that. And I think the things that you guys are doing here is just pushing it forward and letting people know we got a.
Well, and it goes back to a lot of what we talk about on this segment is that it's about education. We build this as an education, and that's why
educate.
A year ago you were just getting into the cinema and just getting going over there, and now so you've got Chefs Feeds Kids.
That's right.
You've got the cooking classes that people can come to, regular classes, right?
And all the chefs within Rhode Island. The thing for me, Rick, is my relationships outside of the state in the culinary industry. So I've got chefs from, Glasgow, Scotland, Dubai, all over the place that I get California, Glenn Sapolsky in California. I've got Joe Carlucci, all these different people that are getting involved with Chefs Feeding Kids and different brands.
But see, then again, it goes back to the point which you were just talking about with the governor, is that you're putting Rhode Island on the map in that way from an educational perspective.
I didn't know I was going to, okay.
Hey, we'll accept it though, that's great, but that's great that you're doing that.
Who would have known,
But that's a big part, and I was just saying this to Karen here, is about the relationships. In this state, it's about people working together and forming relationships, and even bringing in the people from out of state that have a name or a reputation and can contribute to help grow that.
It's priceless.
Yeah.
And it happens very quickly.
So we got the Chefs Feeding Kids.
Yep.
We've got the classes, which I think is a great, be bringing up just my idea, a Mother's Day idea. If you're still out there and haven't got your Mother's Day thing, you're in big trouble. Purchasing that as a cooking class to be able to do that and take them out
we're doing that on Mother's Day.
You're doing a Mother's Day cooking class?
Yeah, we're going to do a little cooking class where people can come in, we can cook, glass of wine, make some pie. It's fun.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, check us out.
And you're doing that on Mother's Day, huh?
Yeah, we're going to do it on, why not?
That's awesome. That's see, there you go. That's another great idea for activity. You could save yourself a lot of trouble right there. So the other part is, and I want to give up from a cooking class standpoint, is that Billy is, as you know, and we're just talking about Chef Feeding Kids, you guys are very charitable. You and your wife have done a lot.
Thank you.
You've been out there through a lot of great things.
Thank you.
This past year, you guys supported us and helped out with Gloria Gemma Breast Cancer Resource Foundation.
I'm not blowing smoke. That was fun.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm talking fun. And if you've never been to it and you're watching this, never mind to support, Gloria Gemma Fund, but come out for the night.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was a killer night.
Yeah, the Flames of Hope is a wonderful event, and I
what
want
a night.
to thank Billy because he's already committed to coming back this year. And not only that, next month you're doing a cooking class at Rhode Island Kitchen and Bath for Gloria Gemma survivors.
Absolutely.
Which is again a noble thing. So thank you for being able to do both of those things.
No, thank you for inviting me, and I think I'm going to bring a friend of mine who's a hitter in the culinary industry to play around. We'll see if I can get him to come to town.
See, we like that stuff.
That'd be fun.
So the other cool thing,
please
talk about Castle. Kind of give us an overview because it's been, how long has it been? A year now?
It's already been a year and 3 months.
Year and 3 months.
I'm not counting, of course.
No, because when I first brought you on, I think it was only 2 months. You'd been there.
2 months.
Yeah, you'd been there for 2 months, and that was a fun segment when you came back on last year. So we had Joanna on, Renora from Malforno. That was a good time.
Hey, like this.
I know, she's a goddess.
You know the way I am with her.
She's a goddess. She's
like
awesome.
You kidding me?
So give us a quick overview because you got something else cool that you're doing. Talk about cinema-wise, something that you're doing at the location.
So the Castle was built in 1925. It's one of the original MGM Mere movie theaters. Me and my wife were humble enough to bring it back to life. And as you can imagine, it's been around since 25. It's always, where you going tonight? We're going to go to the Castle and have Federal Pizza.
Yeah.
It's just the way it's going to be.
That's okay, though. It's cool. That makes part of it cool.
Right. That's right. So we do an immense amount of special events. We have an 11,000 square foot building. So we have Johnson & Wales, we have banks, we have financial institutes, we have all different groups that rent the space. They rent the space.
So we got to talk about that though, because this is a need that's throughout the state of Rhode Island.
Yeah,
There's a
isn't it
need.
crazy?
There's a massive need for event space, and not just from a local perspective, but from a tourism perspective. I was talking to Kara about people walking over to her spot. Your location in Mount Pleasant has gained momentum in that whole area over there.
Huge.
So I interrupted him because there was a need. But go on,
No,
finish.
it's
Let me
okay,
finish. Yeah,
because
okay.
I'm going to tell you what. There are people that are professionals within the Latino community that either want to have a company function. They have a cleaning company.
Right.
They have a construction company. They have a Christmas party. But what else is happening, which is really cool, is we had summer camp. Do you remember me talking about that?
Yeah.
So we had pizza summer camp in cooperation with the mayor's office. So we got
summer camp.
all the different summer kids, they were having camps, 40,
Yep.
50 kids at a time. And Cinque Stagione, Ricardo, sponsored that, and he put up the flour. So every time we cooked, we used his flour
Yep.
for all these inner city kids learning about really clean food. So we did like 10 of them last summer, where we actually had 40 kids at a time come in from all the different parts of the city. And at the end of their camp,
Yep.
we had pizza camp one day. And guess what the big thing was? And some people who follow me on Facebook and Instagram, we were teaching more of these kids, that a tomato was a fruit.
You're kidding me. That's
Like,
awesome.
that was like, that one simple thing, man?
So I got to add one funny thing
Sure,
into
go
this,
ahead.
and then I got a question. Somebody's that made me promise that
Well,
I'd
I
ask
did
you.
that on
but
Facebook. I said, if you got any questions.
no, then I'm getting them. So
let's answer
But
them.
I got to add one funny thing. To this.
Go
So
ahead.
one of my boys, my second oldest boy, is 8 years old, Giovanni. Now he has gotten into watching Master Chef Junior on TV. These kids
That's
are
the burnt cheese. It's the
love
best.
that.
I don't give a shit. It's so good.
These
Sorry.
these kids are amazing on TV when we see this.
I know,
so
the
now
little kids,
they're
right?
unbelievable. So he's begging me, Dad, buy me the cookbook, buy me the Master
Did you
Chef
get 'em?
Junior cookbook. I did. It's coming in today. He's so excited. But this gives me the great idea. You're talking about these kids with the summer camp. You can gear or educate the kids that are that age, I'm assuming, 8 years old, right?
Listen, let me talk very selfish for a minute. You have all these different restaurants that are up and running. It's my job, if I can skin not 3 cats at one time, I can do really cool things for the community. I can also get this younger generation of consumer, which is what I did in the East Bay,
Yep.
and really let a 10, 9, 8-year-old kid understand what I feel is really good, clean pizza.
Okay.
In 8 or 9 years, I'm hoping that they're my consumer.
Or they could be coming to help you.
Thank you.
All right.
And building relationships within the community, in the Mount Pleasant area.
Absolutely. So the question I just got, you
Sure.
were talking about events.
From who?
This is from Jim, and the question is,
Go ahead,
there
Jim,
a
shoot.
size to the events? Like, is there a certain size?
You know, it's funny because the castle is legal up to like almost 300. But the room that we have on the right, which is the second theater, is really comfortable in between anywhere from 10 to 125.
So that's off to the right when you walk in?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And you can walk in. Anybody wants to come into the castle and check it out, come.
But there is an option that people could do smaller groups. Or
Absolutely.
they could do a takeover if they want to take
Listen,
over the
we
space.
do karaoke, party karaoke. A matter of fact, again, I don't mean to be repetitive, but the governor absolutely had a ball, and we had karaoke that night. Somebody on her staff was leaving and going to greener pastures.
Nice.
She had a ball. She had a ball. The whole group had a ball. So we did that. So
Now, speaking of the theater
wine's
aspect,
good.
I know it's very good. I'm already done with mine too. Sunday movies.
yeah, shoot.
What's going on with that?
Well, we're doing some classic stuff, some old school stuff that used to be at the.
Sorry, I can't help it.
Go for it. That used to be. Tell me whatever.
That's perfect.
Okay, cool. I'm putting it down here. I don't want to knock it over. So
my God.
we're doing some stuff on the bigger theater because we have the 1968, 1972 screen, which is 16 and a half feet by 8 feet, 8.5 feet. So it's an actual movie.
Yeah, seriously.
So we're doing all the sporting events. So if a group of guys want to come in and they want to take over the room some night, they can take over the room. We've had that happen. It's killer. I mean, it really is cool, you know?
So I got to tell you, we were talking about this earlier about doing a tour, kind of like a thing of going out there.
Yeah.
All of you today, all the guests that I have today, I'm very fortunate that I get all of you guys to come in and join me. But I think that combining up some type of event,
Yep.
pizza knowledge, pizza style, bringing in Chef Dominic from the Hill, Figadini,
And he's
David
good.
that's here, all these guys.
Dom
Dominic's
can cook.
Dom is amazing. He's
Dom
an
can cook.
amazing cook on everything in Italian. So I think that bringing in all of you guys, that we should do something. You're just saying that, you know, making good pizza, not having crappy pizza being out there. We should do something where we can get everybody together to do a pizza event.
It's really.
Would you do that?
Did you hear or you didn't hear?
No.
In September,
Yeah.
we're doing an
Yeah,
actual.
He stole my idea before I could
No,
say
no,
it.
no, you're on it. We're doing an actual pizza contest, bringing in guys from all over the New England area called the New England Pizza Championships in cooperation with Colony Foods,
Okay.
probably Gilbani Cheese, a couple of flour companies, and it's underneath the auspice of Chefs Feeding Kids.
Well, that's awesome.
But I do agree with you that based on a conversation that I had with maybe the Waterfire people,
Okay. Maybe.
that there would be a great idea to have something like a tutti italiano, which is exactly what you're talking about.
And see, combine that with wine, and
Like,
we're all good.
Should we be brainstorming
See,
live?
see, yeah, this
Are
is
we
awesome.
brainstorming
No,
live?
because I expect everybody out there to give me great feedback to say that they're going to come to this stuff, because this is what it's about, and evolving and doing these great things. And this is why I love bringing in the guests that I do, is that there is so much, and I'm going to go back to it probably several times, there's a lot of camaraderie in the state, and we're fortunate with that.
I think that there should be even more camaraderie.
Hmm.
I think it would be even more stronger for the industry. But I also have to say this, if there is something that we can organize, either in the castle, which is going to happen in September, or hopefully we can talk to the Waterfire people, which have been amazing. We've had conversation with them.
And that's an automatic draw
The
from
thing is
crowd.
this, if we can bring in even more talent, other people within the industry from out of the state, to come here and do manufacturing, do things within the food industry, that would be really killer.
I agree.
Really killer.
100%, I agree. So we've obviously covered a lot, and like I said, he's kind of shy, so it takes a little while for me to pull the
I'm
information
sorry,
out of
shame
him.
on me, shame
But
on me.
we got the cooking classes, which I really wanted to talk about, the Chefs Feeding Kids, the movies. I mean, doing the Sunday movies, I think, is a very, very cool thing.
Yeah, we're having fun with that.
But I think from the class perspective, again, going back to a gift idea, it's something to look into. Reach out to Billy now, reach out to his wife Christine, check out the website to find out about it. And then styles of pizza. Let's go back to the pizzas for just a minute here before we close out with you. How many different types of pizzas are you making?
We're doing 3 types of pizza, and the one pizza that is killing it right now is the gluten-free. We're working in cooperation with the gluten-free situation. We're working with a little bit of 50% my way, 50% their way. We're working with the Caputo Corporation.
Okay.
And we're working with their gluten-free. We're having a ball with it. The cell structure is unbelievable. So we do a gluten-free, we do a square, classic square,
Yep.
which is, I'm known for my El Taglio, pretty much in the world, which I'm pretty humble about. As you can tell, my 12s are very nice. And again, in this particular product,
This is my dinner right here, just for the
yeah,
record.
you can have it. So this particular product has 3 different grains in it, which
Okay.
means 3 different flours. So this is very difficult. If it's actually impossible to duplicate, and then this has 4 different flours in it. We don't have them cut because they could slop around in the
Yeah.
box, but they're very tasty. They're very soft. Look,
Yeah, I
this
love
got
that.
made almost an hour ago, hour and a half. Look,
I'm loving
soft, crunchy.
So before I let you go,
Sure.
tell us just a couple of things, because I want to make sure that people know that
Please.
it's a pizza craving segment, but every one of my guests have got other things on their menu. So
I got you.
tell us about a couple of the other things that are on the menu. That you
Well, we've got a 5-part underground menu that may not be underground after I talk about it. So I'm not going to talk about it. But if you come in, there's an underground menu with 5 different items on it, and they're very popular.
So you have to ask for the
You
underground
have to
menu.
ask for the underground menu and be accepted to eat on the underground menu, which has been going on in Warren since 9 years. Listen, I got to have a little bit of fun, you know? But
I love it.
if there's one thing that I would have to say that kind of separates us, what I think between other, quote, Neapolitan pizzerias or kind of fun food, is that nothing's out of it. I mean, we're fresh.
Everything.
We're
And you
prepped
can, the second
from
you
ground
walk
up.
into any of his restaurants, you're going to see that.
Thank you.
It's completely obvious with the things you
Thank
have.
you, thank you.
Well, I appreciate you making the time to come in today,
No,
buddy.
I
It's
appreciate the invite, and I love bumping into you, dude.
Thank you. It's always great to see you. And like I said, he's going to be at the Gloria Gemma thing in June for the cooking demo.
Make sure you guys come.
Check out the theater Mondays. There's a lot going on. So reach out.
Bring
to
some wine.
That's right. Thanks, my
I'll
friend.
see you later.
Good to see
Anytime for you.
I appreciate it.
Okay, you want me to carry this stuff out?
Taylor's going to help you right here.
Taylor, where are you?
Right behind you.
Okay, grab this stuff.
She
I had
sneaks-
2 of these. I'm done for
she
the day.
sneaks up on you.
I'll grab one. Okay. You want this one
Oh,
for
I'm
later,
taking
right?
that later for sure.
Yeah, Taylor, give that to the chief. I'll carry this one. Okay.
Get your
Peace out.
tomatoes
Have a
there.
good day.
Thanks, Billy.
You too, pal.
All right, like I said, it's never boring having him in here, and he's always got a lot to say. Take that in case anybody else needs it for me. I'm going to be drinking my wine here. So, as Billy and I were alluding to, my next guest is, there he is. Look at this.
How's it going?
Hey, Chef.
Good to see you.
You too. Thanks for making it in. I really appreciate you taking
My
the time.
pleasure. A couple more.
All right, all right.